For the first time in the history of African football, the Moroccan national team reached the semi-finals of the World Cup. In Doha, they beat Portugal 1-0. The goal at the end of the first half was scored by Youssef En-Nesyri. Portugal's leader Cristiano Ronaldo left the field with tears in his eyes. He never won the World Cup. Romain Saïss turned pro at 21. 10 years later, he captains Morocco in the World Cup playoffs. Until the age of 21, Saïss played for amateurs. He worked part-time at his father's diner. He washed dishes and handed out menus. 5 years later, he was already playing for Wolverhampton, and 10 years later, he led the team to the World Cup playoffs. After all, it was Saïss' goal that brought Morocco a victory over Belgium 2-0 and almost ensured qualifying from the group. Sofiane Boufal missed the 2018 World Cup at the last moment and promised himself he would play in Qatar. In 2018, he was 25 years old. He failed the end of the Premier League season, playing for Southampton, and did not attend the first in 20 years tournament for Moroccan national team. Boufal reformed and promised himself that he would definitely play in Qatar. Boufal returned to his native Angers and gradually got in shape. In 2021, he returned to the national team. Later in January, he scored 3 goals in the Cup. In the World Cup, he was the starting left winger and the main engine of Morocco's offense. Yassine Bounou has been knocking on the top club's doors for 10 years. By the age of 30, he got to Sevilla and became a top goalkeeper. The Moroccan goalkeeper was born in Canada and only moved to Africa at the age of 8. As a child, Bounou played brilliantly in the Wydad Academy from Casablanca. In 2011, 19-year-old Bounou was included in Wydad's player list for the CAF Champions League final against Esperance Tunis. During the match, the main goalkeeper was injured. Yassine was released as a substitute, and everyone went crazy. Wydad lost, but the 19-year-old goalkeeper was named man of the match in Morocco. Soon Yassine moved to Spain and got into the youth team of Atletico, but never got a chance. Courtois, Oblak or Moyar played. The Moroccan tried to break through Zaragoza and Girona. Only in 2019 top clubs looked at Bounou. Yassine was taken to Sevilla and he flourished. At 21, he became the main goalkeeper. At 30, the best goalkeeper in La Liga. At 31, the main goalkeeper of the national team at the World Cup. Abdelhamid Sabiri dreamed of escaping from a sketchy neighborhood of Frankfurt. He escaped to Serie A and the World Cup. Sabiri played for an academy for children from poor families and eventually got to Sportfreunde from the 5th league, then to Nuremberg's second team. Then he got to the starting 11 in the second Bundesliga and had a blast-off to Huddersfield in the Premier League. In England, Sabiri failed. In the Bundesliga for the Paderborn, he didn't make his fans happy, but he rushed to freshen up in Italy. He played for Ascoli in Serie B and now he's the starting player in Sampdoria. Achraf Hakimi played football while his dad was selling stuff on the street and mom was cleaning the suburbs of Madrid. Throughout his childhood, his mother has been cleaning houses in the suburbs of Madrid and his father has been selling goods on the street. Achraf escalated quickly. From the age of 18, he was on Real Madrid first team. At 19, he joined the national team. Hakimi even played at the World Cup in Russia. Only Mbappe and Australian Arzani were younger than him. Now that Hakimi is Morocco's biggest star and a very bright right-back by the world football standards, Achraf recalls his parents in every interview. They sacrificed a lot so that I could play football. Now I work hard every day and fight for them. Naif Aguerd used to play a classic 10 and at the age of 15 he asked the coach to transfer him to defense. At the age of 14, Naif Aguerd almost got kicked out of the academy. He played as an attacking midfielder, did not progress and could not say no to candy bars. Coaches wanted to expel Gerd from the academy, but Naif reformed and a year later he became a completely different person. He got up at 5 in the morning for a run and changed his diet. Naif himself approached to the coach and said, "To become a pro, I need to change positions. We have a lot of great midfielders but no defenders. Let me get on the defensive zone." As a result, Aguerd became the main defender of the Moroccan national team and a substitute for West Ham. Hakim Ziyech ended his national team career due to a conflict with the manager. 6 months later, he returned and carries Morocco. In Moroccan national team, Hakim has the strongest drama. Ziyech was the leader of the national team for many years, but he could not stand the head coach Vahid Halilhodžić. In the fall of 2021, the coach publicly accused Ziyech of not giving his all during training. The player replied that he no longer wanted to play for the national team. 6 months later, Hakim returned to the national team, coached by Regragui. The new coach likes Ziyech and says he just needs some love and attention. The star player feels supported. As a result, he produces a goal and a pass at the World Cup. Youssef N-Nesyri could have played for Chelsea but returned to Morocco because he was called. The Moroccan could play for Chelsea. He even visited London while playing for African Academy but could not stand it because of the cold weather. N-Nesyri had a successful season for Leganés and Sevilla, where his 2021 was fantastic. He scored against Krasnodar, Rennes and Borussia in the Champions League and laid out 18 goals in La Liga. Youssef is the most successful Moroccan striker, but after that amazing season he just fell asleep. He is heavily criticized in Spain as he has 0 goals in La Liga this season. On the other hand, he scored 2 in the Champions League and, most importantly, a goal at the World Cup. Excellent infrastructure provided by Moroccan local clubs and at the national level has led to the fact that their national team is achieving very respectable results now. They have a great federation, one of the best football training centers in the world, a well-developed scouting for local talents and, which is especially important for Africa, talents from the diaspora. The progress of the Moroccan national team in this regard is not accidental. It was planned and programmed, and part of the result is their success in Qatar, which will they try to build on, says 47-year-old former Bolton, Birmingham and Southampton defender Radi Jaidi.